Intermediate algebra students, I wanted to take just a few minutes here to do one more weekly recap of what's coming up in a video so that you're sure to understand the calendar. I also want to show you one new option that I'm adding in this week as a pilot to see if it works better for you guys. So I will be asking for feedback on that. Okay, so again, my hope is that this is the last week I'll send one of these videos out because you'll be in the groove of things as time goes on. First things first, this is the updated calendar for next week, and this is the week we start our more traditional routine. Please remember that you should have, by Monday morning, already have watched the 3-1A video. If you're going to continue to use the old process versus what I'm going to show you in a little bit here, to get to the 3-1A video, you're going to click on Topic 3, click on Lesson Videos, and then go find the one that says 3-1A. Click on that, watch it, and take notes. As you're watching those videos, remember to pause so that you can write down what you need to write down. When a teacher asks you to pause to try an example, make sure you do that. That's how you make a video more interactive. Okay, so that needs to be completed before Monday, because starting on Monday, if you're a Group A student, you're automatically in class for the classwork. I am doing a recap of what you watched in that video. Again, I teach a recap as though everybody has seen the initial instruction, so it is critical you have done that, otherwise you'll be very confused. Okay, so if you're in class, you'll do that. That'll take probably around 30 minutes to recap, which means we have 20 minutes left where you will get time to start working on your 3-1A Pearson practice during class time. This allows me to walk around and help out individually on both Pearson questions, but also the math as well. Now, if you are at home on Monday, so a Group B student or an EVA student, your ABA has two choices. You can always choose to join my class live at the start of your hour for your attendance. Okay, so if you choose joining class live, again, reminder, you would scroll down here and you would click on click here to join class live. Okay, right at the beginning of your class. So if you're at first hour, it'd be at 8:30, you'd click there. Having said that, if you watched the video and you were like, man, I don't really get it, then you need to join class live. Okay, I'm giving you a choice, but if over time I see that you're maybe not making the best choice for you, I'm going to reach out. We're going to make an individual plan. Joining class live gives you extra support of the video you watched the night before. So also, if you're someone that's like, I can't learn through video, then you still need to watch that video as your introduction, but then you need to join class live. The only other option when you're at home to be counted present in class is if you don't join class live, then you must complete and submit your 3-1A Pearson practice. So you go to Pearson, find the correct assignment. It must be the 3-1A Pearson practice assignment. You would complete and submit it by 3:30 p.m. The only time it is ever technically due that day by 3:30 is if you chose to do it as your only ABA for class. Okay, so students who did the 3-1A, you were in class in person or you joined class live, you're still going to do that assignment, but you're going to have some flexibility as to when you go back and finish it. Okay? All right, so those are your two choices to be counted present in my class. Now, that is classwork. That's technically what you're doing during my day. Having said that, just like always, we always have a separate homework assignment at night, and that's going to be to watch the video for the next lesson. So on Monday night, everybody, whether you are in my class on Monday, whether you're an EVA student or whether you're a Group B student, at some point during the day on Monday or Monday night, you need to watch the next video, 3-1B, take notes, and then again, the next day we'll do the recap. So if you're in class, you'll get that and some time to start your assignment. If you're not in class, you either choose to join live if you didn't understand this video as well as you would like, or you jump right in and do the Pearson practice. Okay? You'll see that down here in blue, Monday, Tuesday, technically nothing's due. Okay? Now, Tuesday, Wednesday, I have one homework assignment for both nights. You can choose when you want to watch it, but at some point you need to watch the 3-2A video prior to Thursday morning, because Thursday morning is when we'll recap that. Now my Group Bs are in class, so you're there. Group A and EVA students, you have those same two choices. If you watched that 3-2A video and you didn't quite get it, join class live. Or you could do, if you totally understood it and you're like, this is easy for me, that's when you would do the 3-2A Pearson practice and submit by 3:30. Repeat Thursday night, you'd watch the 3-2B video, make your choice for Friday, and so on and so forth. Now, please note that on Friday, you are going to watch before the next Monday the 3-4A video. And then one other thing is added in here as a homework assignment. We do not have an asynchronous day like we have on Wednesday, the week of the 28th. As a result, what we would normally do on the asynchronous day, which I'm going to talk about in just a second, the 3-1-3-2 Pearson lesson quiz, I'm going to assign that on Friday so that you have time, but it is due the next Monday. So you could do it over the weekend as soon as you feel good about the lessons we did this week, or you could wait till sometime next week. Okay, Monday, you don't technically have school that next week, so you could do it then. All right, now let's look at Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday's the async day. That's the one that doesn't follow necessarily the same pattern. On that day, what's always going to happen, or I shouldn't say always, but if it's a typical week versus like a review or test week, those are the weeks that'll look a little different. You are going to be given what's a Pearson lesson quiz. So for your async day, you're going to go to Pearson. Okay, in there's going to be something called the 3-0 Pearson lesson quiz. I won't assign that until Wednesday morning, and that is the one time it's assigned that morning and due by 3:30 that day. So you must do it that day. It'll probably take most of you around 10 minutes. It's very similar to a Pearson practice. Okay, so again, as you're doing these practices, I sometimes throw the word quiz in there and students start to get a little stressed out. But what I want you to know is that a Pearson lesson quiz is very similar to a Pearson practice. The big difference is when you're doing a practice, as you do a problem, if you get it wrong, it allows you to redo it up to 3 times. If you get it wrong 3 times, there's actually a button that says try a similar problem, and you could try that one up to 3 times. And you can keep doing that until you get it right. And if you do it that way, as soon as you get it right, it counts it as correct for the whole assignment. Also in the practice, if you're struggling to get one right, there's always a toolbar in the upper right-hand corner, which offers some supports, like see a similar problem. There's some virtual nerd videos on that topic you could click on and watch. So you get some extra support available to you while you're doing the practice. The difference with the quiz is that this is a situation where you get 1 chance per problem. And then once you submit it, it is submitted. Okay, so and you're not going to go back to that lesson quiz. Having said that, what you need to know is that the grading scale for all Pearson stuff, so the Pearson practice and the Pearson lesson quizzes, is the same. And that's that scale that you saw where anytime you submit something and get 80 to 100%, you actually get a 5 out of 5. If you score from 60 to 79%, you get a 4 out of 5. So if you get a 60% on this lesson quiz, your grade in the grade book is still a 4 out of 5. A 40 to 59% is a 3 out of 5. So you see every 20 percentage points you miss on a practice or a lesson quiz, you're actually only losing 1 point out of 5. The reason I bring that up is because I never want you to feel stressed if you get a super low score on any one thing in terms of your grade. A lot of times students see it and they're worried about the grade. What I do want you to see is that if you're scoring like 40% on a lesson quiz, yes, it is a 3 out of 5. It's not going to make or break your grade. No one low score will make or break your grade. However, it's an indication that you clearly do not understand the material as well as you maybe thought you did. So it's a time when you should recognize that you need to reach out and maybe receive some extra support. All in all, over a typical week, you have the 5 different assignments, the 4 Pearson practices and the 1 lesson quiz, for a total of 25 formative points. Now, as you can see, the screen bar at the bottom, all 4 of the assignments from the week, 3-1A, 3-1B, 3-2A, 3-2B Pearson practices, technically are not due until the following Wednesday. Okay, so if you start this on Monday and you don't quite finish, you have time to go back and finish it up, as long as you didn't use it as your ABA. Okay, so the only thing that's due the day of are those lesson quizzes. Okay, so you can see that the due today or late. This week on Wednesday, you will have to complete and submit that Pearson lesson quiz, but then you'll also want to make sure you go into Pearson and make sure the 3-0A and 3-0B are in your submitted file. Just a reminder, when you go into Pearson, the first tab that's opened is current assignments that are assigned. But as soon as you start one, it moves under a different tab called In Progress. So make sure you check that. Or the third tab is Completed. So on Wednesday, you would want to make sure that these 2 are in your completed Sometimes students accidentally leave them in the in progress, and then you don't get credit. Okay, so every Wednesday you're going to go into that, make sure that whatever's listed here, you actually click submit on. Okay, so that's what the week looks like. Now, one thing I do want to point out, I'm going to change it right here. Monday's office hours are going to have to be canceled. So Monday morning, this will affect students who are in Group A. If you were hoping to come in and get through, get some extra help before school, unfortunately, I do have to cancel those. So I apologize for that and for the late notice. I had a meeting come up that I have to be in during that time. Okay, so also if you're my first hour on Monday morning, just so you know, I will have my door locked until about 8:15 because I'll be on a virtual meeting in my classroom. Okay, so Monday morning is out, but if you need help this week, virtually you can join me Monday or Thursday from that 3:16 to 4:01 time slot by clicking this link. And then Group B, if you need help in person, you can stop in Friday morning. All right, last but not least, I did want to show you what I have added in as an option. Okay, so first of all, before school tomorrow, before school tomorrow, Monday, you need to have watched the 3-1A video. Because I updated the calendar, I realized it no longer showed that. So I have now created that as an upcoming assignment on Sunday. So you could click here on the intermediate algebra, and it reminds you here that you must watch that 3-1A video. Now, I'm using these events this week to see if you prefer them. And what happens is, as soon as it's an event, I'm going to hyperlink everything you need. So you could just click on that event and then click on the 3-1A video, and it brings you right there. I'll show you that in a second. And what I'm going to do this week is every day you'll see that you have one of those. So on Monday, if this whole calendar thing is still confusing to you and you don't understand where to find the videos through topic 3, then what you can do on Monday morning is you can just click on the Intermediate Algebra Slominski tab in your upcoming events. And I have put everything you need right in there. I said in class we'll be doing a recap of the 3-1A video about domain and range, ABA for students at home. So if you're at home, you would make sure it says you have 2 choices. It gives you the 2 choices. The first is to join class live. I did put a live link there. So you could also just click on that versus through the Schoology page. And then it says, or you're going to complete and submit the 3-1A Pearson practice by 3:30. It also has the homework for tonight, which is right here, and it says click here to watch the 3-1B video. So again, you could go through the folder, or you could just click there and you can see it pops up right away. And finally, whoops, I meant to go back into that. Excuse me. At the bottom of that, I did put this paragraph, which will go away. If I continue to do this, it'll go away next week. It says everyone, Group A, Group B, and Eva needs to watch the 3-1B video before school starts tomorrow, Tuesday. When I do the recap at the beginning of the hour, it is assuming you watch the video. If you are at home Tuesday, you decide if you need the teaching at the beginning of the hour by watching the video and seeing if you understand it. If you don't understand it well, join class live Tuesday. Okay? So every day this week, I have put an event in there that lists everything that you need for that day. I'm going to try that this week. And if you guys use it and find it useful, I will continue to do it. But if you guys say, nope, I'm just going to go through this way, then I'll stop doing this because it does take more work if you're not using it. But if you're using it, I'm happy to do it. Last but not least, I do just want to show you, you'll see on Wednesdays, and I actually have some up for next Wednesday, you'll see these little blue icons. Those are nothing that you need to click on. That's just showing you that those are the days that I am grading those and they're due by 3:30. Okay, so that's where your grade ultimately goes, but you do not need to click on those at all. You would still just go to the calendar icon and you'll see that you need to complete and submit the Pearson lesson quiz, and then you need to make sure that you've submitted the 3-0A and 3-0B Pearson practice. I hope that helps you continue to understand kind of what's going on in this course. Again, in the future, I'm not going to keep making these videos. It's just to make sure we're on the same page in the beginning. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you soon.